choose to go to the moon
In 1962, U.S. President John F. Kennedy said those famous words. Less than 7 years later, the United States space program sent a man to the moon. In the 1950s and 1960s, there was a race between the United States and the Soviet Union. This race was called the Space Race. In October 1957, the Soviet Union sent Sputnik to space. This was the first man-made satellite. On April 12, 1961, the Russians sent the first man into space. His name was Yuri Gagarin. On May 5, 1961, astronaut Alan Shepard became the first American in space. And in 1962, John Glenn flew around Earth in space 3 times. Next, the Americans tried to put a man on the moon. This was called the Apollo program. The Apollo program was not easy. In 1967, there was a fire on Apollo 1. These 3 astronauts died in the fire. But on July 20th, 1969, 2 astronauts from Apollo 11 walked on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, and Buzz Aldrin was the second. After the Apollo missions, there were many more successful space missions. There were also unsuccessful ones. 2 space shuttles were lost: Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003. But today, the space program is still strong. NASA continues to build new technologies and explore space, just like it did in the 1960s, in the time of the space race.